Sometimes as people, we have hidden secrets and past about ourselves. Parts of us that we just want to whisk away and hope is never revealed or uncovered again because it's a part of you that you just want to grow past and move away from as soon as possible. All of this describes one of my favorite characters in all of anime, Yato, the god of secrets. This video is an experiment video. I'm testing out a new style, so if you recognize the differences and you like this style of video more than my others, make sure to leave a like and let me know in the comment section. We're introduced to Yato through his usual childish, aloof, materialistic, and egocentric behavior, which for a low-tier god is to be expected, but as we meet the rest of our cast and Hiyori, Yukine, and the other deities in the series, we also get exposed to more sides of Yato's personality, and most of all, his overall character. We later find out that years before the beginning of the series, Yato, being a lower god, relied on the wishes from others to maintain his relevance, and at this point in his life that meant taking orders from anybody who requested, all while leading Yato down a pathway cluttered by the darkness that swallowed him, caused him nothing but death, despair, and disillusion.
忘れられないためにはどうするか。願われたら何でもする。それが誰かの願いならな。
誰かの願い。
In this video, I want to focus on how Yato learns to suppress the dark sides of his character and struggle to do that throughout the entirety of the series. On a multitude of occasions, we see Yato's true feelings towards the weak-willed and towards the people who give up on their lives in society, and we also see sometimes his merciless behavior even towards those whom he cares about very deeply. It's Yukine, even Hiyori, and even some of his other friends and fellow deities throughout the series. And despite how much he cares and loves for these characters and these friends of his, sometimes he can be abrasive and very aggressive. It's something that comes natural to Yato and honestly lies beneath his exterior of this cheery, happy-go-lucky guy who just wants some recognition as a god. But if that's the case, then why are these things portrayed the way that they are with this god of calamity? Everything starts to sort out when you understand the reasoning for why Yato is the way he is, what he does, the way he does things, and his justification for all of his actions. And honestly, that's just to move on. At some point in time in the series previous, Yato came to the conclusion that what he did for hundreds if not thousands of years for the sake of praise was no longer worth the death and destruction he had caused so many. By separating himself from the other entities that previously ruled over his life and darkened his blade for so long, he sought after a new path, one that he had never been exposed to throughout his entire life, a life guided by helping others. In the series, we can clearly tell Yato isn't a bad person. He's just struggling. This is a character whose past was predicated on being the ultimate swiftest blade for anyone who wished him to be so, becoming disillusioned from being emotionally understanding of a 14-year-old Yukine, a patient 17-year-old girl in Hiyori, and just having basic sympathy for those in differing situations and mindsets from himself. Combining that entire past with the status of a god, and that is how you have the concoction that is this beautiful character that we see today. Everyone has a past. Whether or not you're necessarily proud of that or not is a question for another day, but there are things that we've done that, quite frankly, we aren't the most proud of. There's no problem in admitting that. Even Yato is able to do that on occasion, despite his status as a god. But for us, it's much more deeper. For us here, we can't escape our past. We can't get rid of it. We can't not acknowledge it because it follows us in our mind everywhere we go. And sometimes it comes out in the ramifications that may impact us for several years and decades to come. This character's entire premise is built on the idea of trying to move past that past, regardless of how ugly it is, regardless of how many ramifications and effects and ripples it's created in your life. There's always something to move on from. This explains everything from Yato's frustration with those who wish to end their own lives too early, in his opinion, not understanding the value of their lives and what they can do to change the situations that they've been in. This also goes to prove his newfound love for the people around him and his willingness to even crawl into the depths of despair that he had previously climbed himself out of in order to protect those people in Yukine and Hiyori. All this character knew was causing despair and pain for others. It's what he resorted to do in order to maintain his status and obtain a status worthy of one like himself, the god of calamity. But even though he may make harsh statements on those who struggle to value life, it's because Yato knows how much life is worth and how precious it can be, simply because he's seen its fragility firsthand so many times he's lost count. It's hard for someone to step into the light from a dark room, but if you keep moving forward and stay strong in the connections that you've managed to fight, to forge and build over time, you too can emerge from the secret darkness in your life.
It really worked. You're here.
I'm here. Thanks to you.
This style of video is most similar to a YouTuber that I watch named Sage's Rain, where his voice is way deeper than mine and much more soothing, but it kind of has that sleepy time feel to it, if you guys know what I'm saying. He's always been an inspiration to me when it comes to his content, how he's able to blend that style of commentary with the analysis that he goes in on his videos, and I wanted to test that for myself on a character that I much love, but I know a lot of you guys aren't necessarily privy to, so I wanted to present it in a more easable fashion for at least some of you guys. Again, let me know if you like this style of content, and I'll hope to integrate it into more videos in the future if you guys want. Subscribe if you haven't already to the channel. Check out my streams. I stream every Saturday, 2 hours before my podcast, which is 7:30 Eastern. Come through. And I appreciate all you guys for the support that you've been giving these videos. This series is almost over. We have one more video on Dick Grayson, which will also be an experimental video, but in a completely different style than this one. Testing things out to see how you guys like it on the channel. So I hope you guys do like one of these styles so I can integrate it more into the videos. Thank you for all your support once again. Again, leave a like. Check out any of my other videos on the channel if you're new. I hope that you have a good day, and I will catch you next time. Peace.